Welcome to this week's episode of the What Is My Life podcast, where 5 black women discuss what the hell is going on inside and figure out what the fuck y'all are doing outside. All right, which celebrity boyfriend, best friend would you want as your other best friend and why? What celebrity would you want as your other best friend and why?
Other? Why gotta be other?
Okay, well, if you don't have a best friend, what celebrity would you want as your best friend and why? BFF forever.
Celebrity I would want as my best friend. My initial thought was Rihanna because I just love her. I'm a part of the Navy always, but then I'll be like, no, low-key, that bitch too cool. She can be my friend, but not my best friend. I don't think I can handle it, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it would be overwhelming.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like
to keep up with her. I'm not cool.
Who says you have to keep up? Like, you don't have to
Keep
like
up with her.
you Rihanna's best friend right now, but like she do her own thing.
I would say it would be a tie between, like sometimes you have someone who's older than you who's like a really close friend of yours. For me, it would have to be a tie between Tracy Ellis Ross and Regina Hall as like an older BFF.
Tracy, yes.
Ooh, Regina
I feel like we would have a grand time. I can relate, but like you're older than me, so it's like a big sis kind of thing.
Okay.
It's also / TT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's between those two women. Yeah, TT best friend.
TT friend. I have a TT best friend. I have a TT friend, sister, mama sometimes. So I get that.
See?
Her role switches the boss. Her role switches depending on what we talking about, what we doing, what it is. So
Miss Ray.
Oh, hi. We love you.
okay. Let me think. Who was our best friend? So what initially came to mind was Cardi B. Chaotic.
Oh, that would be fun as hell.
Exactly. But then I also think we'd be mad chaotic. But at the same time, it's like
she ready to bust bitch's head. I'd be like, wait, girl,
I
wait.
would have a great time. Like, do you know how many stories I would be able to tell? Like, girl, yeah, we was at the Met Gala, and then like she threw this bottle at this bitch head, and then we was fighting. Like, I feel like I would have so much fun. But I think if I think about like what I need in a friend, I don't know if my girl has that. I don't know.
That's real.
I don't know if she qualifies. I don't know her, so I just know the fun side and the chaos. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
But she seems like when she becomes like super vulnerable sometimes in her social media posts, like she seems like somebody who's like really sweet and has a really big heart. So I feel like if you got to know her on an intimate level, she potentially has those qualities, but also being famous and having a lot going on, and she's a mom and a businesswoman, like I don't know if she could really
Correct.
has the capacity or the bandwidth.
It is what it is.
Because we be in each other face in the group chats all day every day, so she'd probably be like, bitch, I can't.
I'm like, why you don't love me? I text you on
I sent you 12 dog videos. Why didn't you respond?
Snapchat again, Facebook. I sent you 2 emails. Like,
Oh my God, not 2 emails.
now I was talking about that yesterday with somebody. It was like, dang, we have a group chat on every social media platform. And I'm like,
period.
and
That's how it's
did you block me yet? Okay, you having a great time. Next. Anyway.
I would say Issa Rae.
Y'all are killing it right
She would
now.
be real
Y'all got some
cool.
good ones.
Yes.
She'd be cool to just crack up.
Yes. And awkward, like the kind of awkward that we are.
Exactly. Like some shit happen, you be like, did you see that just happened? And she smokes the herbs too, so it's just like fine.
She got that custom kit from who was it from? Was it Gabrielle Union?
Oh yeah, Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, she got like a customized like kit with like I don't know what it was called, but it was something made with just for her. I don't think it was a stream, but it was like decorated just for her. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's very business oriented too. Like she'll keep you hustling.
Correct.
Be around the hustle.
Ooh, or no, she a little. I don't know. Maybe.
No.
I'm thinking Keke Palmer because she said business oriented, but just for like
keep a bag, Palmer. Okay.
Yes. I like her attitude as well.
She should be irritating.
Hello, I'm like maybe, but more so Issa for sure.
I also be trying to think of like friends who had already, people who had already blended in my circle, which I really didn't pick anybody, but people who had already blended in my circle. So all my friends get along. As far as I know, I don't think nobody beefing, except a couple people.
I'm beefing internally.
Just a few people. But other than that, they can still tolerate each other and be around each other in the same space. So, cool.
Okay. I immediately thought of Kaylani, and I don't know. It's just because of the girl crush. But I also just feel like she is like super sweet and like would be a really good friend. And like, why are you looking at me like that, Amira? No, she seems like she would be a really good friend. Like the way that she is with like all her friends, like on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I think it would be fun and be on her farm.
When are you trying to get in? She's trying to be a friend who fuck.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm like, girl, Taylani, honey, get out of here.
Are you DTF?
Y'all don't think she would be a good friend though? She's like she's so like.
Yeah, she seems.
I think she would be an amazing friend. The problem with Kaylani is that she'll make you fall in love with her and be like, "This is my really close friend, bitch."
Yeah,
I ain't trying to make you.
That too.
I don't say intentionally, but I just think like she has that kind of personality where you like can't help but to.
And if she want to fuck, that's cool.
See, you see, that's your problem right there.
What's your friend?
I mean, you know, we're team fuck your friends here, so I'm with it. I'm with it.
That's fine.
Even though disclaimer, I don't have sex with all my friends. Let me say that I do not have sex with all my friends.
Yeah, I heard. You said all.
I do not have sex with all my friends. Do not see me posting somebody on their birthday and be like, "Oh, they fucking." No. Mm-mm.
Yes.
No. Don't assume that. Not all of
them. Just some of them.
Just a few.
I don't know. This is an interesting question because I like all my friends, and mostly celebrities have been pissing me off as of late.
Mm-hmm. Especially the rich ones.
Especially the rich ones.
Mm-hmm. Which,
especially y'all.
All the ones we've named.
I got my eyes on y'all.
Okay.
I feel like I would get along with Quinta. Quinta.
Oh my God! Yes, Quinta.
Abbott Elementary is so funny. Do y'all watch?
It's so good.
I do. Yes. Yeah, that's actually why she's on the top of my mind. Shout out to her.
And then I be thinking about like, the fact that she wrote the story and it makes it so much better. You know, like she's one of the main people contributing to that. And I'm like, this is really my kind of weird, dry, awkward humor.
And it's also just accurate without being like, this is a black show.
Right.
This is a show about black people. Like, it's literally just about that. And you don't have to scream it from the mountaintop.
Attention. Blackity black. Yeah.
All the Negroes to the front.
When that teacher introduced herself as a woman of God.
Said, I know her.
The newest episode?
No. That was a pilot.
Oh. I said, I know that teacher. I know that woman. And she's a Delta. She's an older 9 times out of 10, this woman is an educator. She's an older Delta. She goes to church religiously. You all know this woman. Every person listening, you know who this woman is. That's what I love about the show, though. All the characters, like, you know who these people are in your real life or if you've met them before. And I think that's what makes it super endearing.
Mm-hmm. Especially Quinta, because she's very
she's so cute.
Like, what is the word? Very
innocent,
aloof. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very aloof. Like, girl. Can't wait to see what she would do about this boyfriend. And be honest with you, but
get rid of that nigga. Get rid of him. Let him go. Okay, get with old boy.
You don't see everybody hates Chris trying to slide in.
Seriously, we held that umbrella for her. I said, wait a minute.
The internet talked about how everybody calls him Everybody Hates Chris.
I know. What's that baby real name?
I don't remember.
Jamal Tyler. Oh, Jesus.
Tyler something Williams, right?
Tyler James Williams.
Now I'm calling that man Tyler Jamal.
Also very black.
I was close.
Funny answers, guys. Funny answers.
I have another question for us, guys.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
What if this stage manager shorty dropped dead from drugs right now?
Like, that was so awkward. Like, why would you say that, sir?
Someone offers you drugs, punch them in the face.
What if this stage manager shorty and then called the little baby a boy, I think, or a girl?
And she's like, I am a girl.
Oh yeah, it's like, thank you, young man, or something. It's like, I'm a girl. Relatable content.
The show is so good. So good. All right, y'all. Well, welcome to this week's episode of the What Is My Life podcast. We are here and we are awake this week as opposed to last. Well, I mean, we're more awake than last time. I will say that. So it's your girl who's more awake this week. It's Amira.
Mm-hmm. Hey y'all, it's Courtney.
Ooh.
Hey.
Still a little sleep. Hello everyone, this is Marina coming to you from 99-2000s. Thank you for listening.
What's up, y'all? It's Nye.
Is my girl froze?
Okay, she looks froze.
I don't think she's with us.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I was like, that's a really still pose. And then she came.
But then she shows up in the same pose.
That is so creepy. Go ahead, sis.
Tell the people who you are.
No, because this shit, your internet's unstable. It's my time to introduce myself. Did I miss all y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good night. My name is Tasia. DJ Tay Wills.
Excellent. All right, Court. Well, now that everyone's internet connection is stable, tell us what we would see if we were scrolling on our timeline. Like, what did we miss this week? I've been in a little love bubble, so I honestly don't know what's going on the internet.
Okay, love bubble.
A little.
Man, y'all, I can't find the TikTok.
Oh, which one?
Oh no!
About the salad when he said stop eating it.
Oh, Tasia got it. It's in the podcast group chat.
Oh, it's in the actual.
Yeah, it's in the group
Project
chat.
Salads.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted to find the TikTok because I found the tweet. Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
it's in the group chat.
Okay, so the timeline has been a little dry this week, but that's cool. So I want to talk about.
You gotta play the sound.
I'm gonna. That's why I wanted to find it. Okay, so the TikTok, the tweet, Jesus, was Black people. I need to to eat healthy. I'm just gonna start eating salads, and then the salad is the salad. So we're gonna put it on
Greens,
there.
beans,
For our listeners,
tomatoes.
it has fried chicken on
grilled
top,
cheese on there.
a whole egg.
Grilled cheese, Texas toast, a whole egg, breaded chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like dressing, honestly.
Breaded and seasoned, okay?
It's a lot of shit. But then, buddy, we gonna play this TikTok for y'all.
It's your boy Joe Jackson. I'm back with a quick little video. Listen, if you're trying to lose weight and you're really trying to lose weight, them project salads are not gonna cut it. Bitch, I done seen hoes that got salads with ham, turkey, bacon, bitch, 17 motherfucking eggs, bitch, neck bone meat, chopped up piece of pork chop meat. Bitch, you're not gonna lose no weight eating that. It's your boy Joe Jackson.
So that was oh wow, that was really funny. So how y'all feel about these project salads?
I'm going to eat them. I'm going to stick beside them.
I'm going to stick beside them every time. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'm not no salad eating kind of girl. And my man has recently said that he wants us to eat more salads. And I let him know immediately, baby, there will be meat in my salad. I'm letting you know that right
Big
now.
meat.
Big
Not
meat.
no shreds.
I want chunks. I want tenderloin, steak tenderloin cut up and put on that top of that salad.
Pork chop meat.
And I want ranch dressing.
Yeah. So that's your ideal
full
salad.
buttermilk.
Texas toast on the side.
You know I love me some toast now.
I know
there will be carbs on. Tell me why Courtney one day caught me making some ramen. We were at her mom's house, and then she was like, "Bitch, are you making garlic bread with your?" Yes, there would be Texas toast with my ramen.
She made garlic bread with her ramen. Ooh. I said, "What in the nigga tree?"
Nigga shit.
Texas toast goes with everything.
I can't tell if that's like a black thing or like a bougie thing. I'm very confused by this information.
There's Texas.
I've never heard anybody.
There's bread with everything: cornbread, Texas toast, a Hawaiian roll. There has to be a carb. I want more carbs. Carbs.
It's carbs and you're eating noodles.
That's just some greedy shit. That's what that is. That's what that
Correct. You be sopping it up.
Sopping the
it up
juices.
like a biscuit.
That's exactly what that is. I
Not
know
you
it.
dipping
It took
that
me a
bread
minute.
into
It
that
took me a
sodium.
minute to figure out which
That's
community.
right. That's
belong
what
to.
I'm thinking.
That's the greedy
Swell
community
up.
right there.
Oh, you finna. That's you, Big Mama. Your arm.
That. Be easy, sis. Please.
Okay.
First of all, I eat
Clog
ramen
them
like once a year.
Clog them arteries up.
Those salads have a place, and eating plain greens has a place. Okay, it's enough space for us all.
As for me and my household, it will be greens with other things.
Cornbread.
Anybody else want to share what they putting on their hood salad?
No, but I will say, can y'all please, if y'all know some places in Milwaukee, let me know. And if it cannot be iceberg lettuce, I will shoot. I'm not gonna say that. I will have a fit.
I need some
Send me
crispy
somewhere,
romaine.
and they make my salad with
Romaine,
iceberg
mixed
lettuce.
greens.
You trying to
Iceberg-
elevate a hood salad, and
Spinach,
iceberg is
romaine.
part of it.
No,
Iceberg has no nutritional value.
No.
Like
It's literally just
literally
water.
none.
The whole point of the salad.
No, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good.
I don't like
It's
it
not
either,
good.
but I'm
It's
saying,
good.
like, if I want a hood salad,
Girl, that go on your American tacos.
No,
Iceberg.
they shouldn't be making your hood salad with iceberg. That's
No.
oh, not y'all drawn up. Okay, where they have romaine in y'all hoods? Because they did not have romaine in my hood.
I mean, if it's at least gonna be iceberg, at least give me a green iceberg, not them white ass pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
That's disrespectful.
That-
let
that's
it
fair.
crunch.
That's
At
fair.
least.
I don't want no soggy,
I want
soggy lettuce.
hard
I will
head.
say,
Good crunch. Good crunch.
I will be elevating my hood salad and adding some arugula. We had some arugula this weekend, and I was like, she's kind of that girl.
Girl,
I was
that salad
really.
not his hood no more. That's not
and
hood.
it's not.
It's
We're
not.
going to the bougie
Isn't
side.
that comes with the mixed
kale
greens?
in and said, is this
said
a,
you
is
might
this
as well
a
say
hood
kale.
salad?
I
No,
bring
kale tastes like dirt.
kale to the project.
Kale's
I'm
salad.
just saying,
Great.
I'm tired of
Kale's
spinach.
good.
I mean, spinach, I love spinach. She's that girl. But I was like, if I'm going to add, if this is mixed greens, I need some arugula.
Have some artesian lettuce, with the purple in it.
We have left.
Have you
the
guys ever had
project
butter
salad.
lettuce? Really
Left the
good.
project.
All right, let
Okay.
This took a left turn. All
We've
right.
left the project.
Wait, I got one more thing to say. Y'all know it was this thing where they were like a McDonald's salad was the same calories as the Big Mac. Go
It's
ahead
'cause
and
the
put that dressing.
Yes. Listen,
Girl,
let me
when
tell y'all
that shook
the
me up.
power of marketing, because related to that, kind of sort of, I looked at a bag of Doritos, right, and a bag of what's some chips, veggie chips, same exact sodium, same exact fucking fat, whatever the hell else is in there. Like, it's the power of marketing. Okay,
If it ain't potato and oil, it's unhealthy.
okay,
Period.
it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Okay, anything else on the timeline?
Them fast food salads do be hitting sometimes.
They do be hitting.
I will. I don't.
Chick-fil-A, listen, the Chick-fil-A salad I had the other day.
Chick-fil-A
I don't
has a really
partake.
good side salad that's kale and some other shit. It's really good.
It was good. It took me a
thank
minute
you.
to get into it, but I was like, oh, okay, this will do.
Okay. As far as anything else, so
Yeah.
they're talking about an adult spelling bee, and I think that would be hilarious. We all agree. So I want to know what word would take you guys out if you had an adult spelling bee, and I'll share some examples from the timeline. One was unnecessary.
Necessary and unnecessary, both of them.
Unnecessary. Another one was Wednesday. Refrigerator, because it definitely has a D in it.
Disconnect is whooping my ass. I always forget which one is the if it's two
Disconnect.
N's.
And
Onnect.
Diarrhea. is
So
a
the
tough
word that's
one.
taking me out immediately is, as soon as you ask me to spell it definitely, I'm definitely out.
that was the
Defiantly.
word I was gonna say. Definitely.
I never know how to spell that shit.
And I'm
Defiantly.
ashamed to say, I know this is my birthday month, but February. Don't ask me to spell that one. It is Feb.
February kicking your ass
I've been
up.
born in this month, and I'll be like, Feb.
My birthday is FEB.
I'm screaming.
FEB period.
How do you spell it?
February.
Spell it.
FEBRUARY.
Oh, good job.
February.
February.
February. Mm-hmm.
But we said February, so that don't help.
Library.
Yeah.
No, I got library. I got that one.
I
No,
say
that's
library.
definitely.
I also say LIBARRY. So
Go to the library.
Oh, wow.
Or
library.
Deliberate.
Liberate.
Not delivery.
You know, it's y'all would need
convenience.
I want a culturally accurate spelling bee, because I feel like when you black or you foreign and you black, it's different. It's be different. It's be different.
Well, the words don't actually be spelled different. We just be pronouncing shit the way we want to pronounce
Correct.
it.
No, niggas
Let me
don't know how to
say.
spell.
I'm gonna say iron every time.
Iron?
Iron.
Iron?
Iron.
Iron.
Iron my clothes.
Get the urn.
Earn? Where are you
Iron.
from?
No, iron my clothes. Here.
You're saying earn. You
Iron.
are.
Iron my clothes. Pass me the iron.
Yeah.
All right. Maintenance taking y'all out or not?
Yes.
No,
maintenance.
maintenance. maintenance. Oh, I forgot to say, I won a spelling bee when I was little, so I'm actually really good at the words.
Ooh, restaurant kicking y'all asses?
Nope.
No.
Okay, one.
Okay, I love a restaurant, baby.
Oh, niggas
And
really can't spell for
unnecessary.
real.
It's giving no child left behind.
When I was like,
George Bush will pay.
Okay. Because what?
Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
you get to go to the next grade. You get to know to the next grade.
I'm concerned.
You got it.
Let me mind my black ass.
Let me tell you, I will say,
business.
I did a spelling bee when I was like 7, and the word rural took me out, and I was so upset.
Oh, damn. I can spell it, but it's hard for me to say it.
Right, as you see me struggling.
I won't be saying it because it's recorded. It's like it's recorded.
Say it.
As long as we're being honest. I think when I was
say-
like
I wanna
5
hear.
or so, I lost in a spelling bee because I didn't spell down correctly.
Spell it.
Down.
I mixed up the N and the W.
That's
If anybody is
dyslexia,
listening
baby.
who was there, if anybody was listening who was there,
Downward. Downward.
Just see a little.
Was you nervous?
I really feel like if I think back on it without giving myself excuses, I think that was my earliest anxiety attack.
I shouldn't have laughed that hard. I'm sorry.
in my face, like it's just perfect. Oh,
Visually,
It's
the
the sheer panic.
like a little reach, like
probably rubbing her hands on
No,
the
because I
pan.
knew it was wrong. Because I knew when I said the N, I knew that wasn't it.
Eliminated.
Yeah, I had got the planet where I was going to put the trophy and everything. That's a lesson in that. Do not count your chips
Okay.
before you cash
Did you
them
get a
in,
participation trophy?
Talk about.
I think I did, or a certificate. My family was very supportive.
Of course, as they should be. You did your best, baby. Okay. You and Downward. Mayonnaise gonna take me out though. Mayonnaise for sure. There's
Mayo.
another word I try to spell. Oh, I told Courtney judgment, judgment, and judgmental. Anything with a JUDG, no E, can't do it.
No, the rule that always fucks me up is the I before E except after C. So anything that has any of those
Receive.
letters in there, like receive, convenience, any of those, I'll be like, it's gonna be
Receipt.
none
How do
of
you
that.
mess it up if you know the rule?
I know the rule and I
because that
mess it
rule's
up
not-
every time.
it's
Just
not
like you
actually-
snooze at the end.
Okay.
Ooh, the mic is hot, baby.
oh, that's dirty.
Spicy.
I'm gonna remember that. Just like I never forgot that I misspelled that. I will never forget that you did this to me.
You would think though, if you
Ooh,
looked at my
what a
text
kick a
messages,
girl when she down, Lord.
you would really think I couldn't spell if you just looked at my text messages though. I know how to spell.
You just be moving so
No,
fast.
just our brains be working so much faster. That's the excuse that I tell myself.
And
I've
then
been
Siri
telling
be
myself
trying to
that.
correct this.
Correct, and it'd be like
The wrong
girl,
thing.
Say receipt.
I know what you're
No,
trying-
seriously, I'll be like, Siri, baby, you don't speak nigga, so just sit down. You just let me handle it. I got it.
That's the title. Siri don't speak nigga.
She don't.
Oh my gosh, y'all know that when it's on TikTok and they have those the closed captions where I'll be watching the Chicago the Chicago people like, you know, do they thing and it man, they messed that up completely.
Wait, which part you talking about?
On TikTok when they do closed captions and
Oh
it's like,
yeah, absolutely. It'd be a whole nother word.
yeah. Crazy.
Whole nother word. Interesting.
You muted
Yeah.
me.
That's all I got though. But thanks for entertaining me about what y'all can't spell. I know y'all can't spell more. Y'all just acting.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all acting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they don't need to
anything
no,
that's
this
double
is recorded.
consonants, and if there's two sets of double consonants, or I don't know if the double consonant go in the front or the back, that's
You know what really be kicking y'all asses? They're.
oop.
No, not for
That's
me.
grammar. That's
I'm
grammar.
No, I know, but I just wanted to let y'all know.
I'm smart. Not me. I'm smart. There. Here. Two. Where?
And it's again,
where,
again, it's giving No Child Left Behind, and I don't want to be a part of this conversation because
Shout out to y'all government.
Y'all voted for
Shout out to y'all government.
Okay, well, we're gonna run a quick commercial back, gang, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk to Marina about cloud thoughts. We should make a little theme song for that. All right, we'll be back, y'all. All right, we are back from our commercial break, gang, and we're gonna talk about some cloud thoughts with Mina. We ain't had these in a while. We have certainly still been in the clouds. We just haven't talked about our thoughts. So
yes. So, for those of you who don't know, if you're new here, Cloud Thoughts is a segment where we talk about those things that come to our mind when we're a little lifted, if you will. Lifted, whatever word you choose to use. And this week, I want to talk about something that actually comes up for me pretty often when I'm in that space. And I've been meaning to do research on it, but I keep all my thoughts in like this little note, and I kind of just pick them out when I feel like it's something fruitful. So the cloud thought I had this time was about the connection between what you missed in childhood and what you need in partnership. So when it comes to relationships, if you were somebody who didn't get a lot of touch when you were a child, like you didn't get a lot of hugs or a lot of like kisses and things like that, and how, at least in my own life, I can say I think it surfaces as a need in partnership. So like, I guess to be honest, to be vulnerable, one of those things for me is like consistent validation. So a lot of what I got as a child was validation for achievement. So if I was achieving, if I was doing, if I was productive, it was like, good job, you're doing great. Outside of that, there was still like, of course, affirmations like you're wonderful, amazing, blah, blah, XYZ, all those things. My dad actually had like a little acronym for me. I can't remember the whole thing, but it was like wise, intelligent, smart, something else, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember. But it was a lot of my praise was connected to what I could achieve. So in relationships, I do a lot of like checking under the hood to see if like, hey, do you still like me? Hey, are we still good? You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm not achieving or I'm not serving a purpose for you in this relationship, it feels like, oh my God.
leave my son alone.
And then he come closer because he don't care.
Hey,
I mean, he's just trying to find comfort, I guess. Anyway, but
Give my baby a cough drop.
We hear
how am I
you.
gonna give a dog a cough drop? Explain. All right, he
He
good.
wish he could rub you.
If I don't even know where I was, but yeah, so I do a lot of checking under the hood in my relationships because I'm just trying to figure out like if I'm not achieving or not like living up to what I'm supposed to do as a partner or a friend or whatever the case may be. Maybe you might check out. So I guess the question that I have for y'all is, because all of you are in or are establishing or have been in relationships, but also have friendships, do you realize that there's a connection for you between what you didn't get in childhood and what you feel like you need in partnership?
I would say for me, it's different between my romantic partnership and then all of my other relationships, like familial and platonic. So like, much like you, Mina, like I got a lot of praise when I achieved something and I never really got any validation outside of that. And so with my partner, I do a lot of, you good? We good? You like me or not? Okay. But then with y'all and even with him too, my mom, she's super affectionate to us now. And so is my dad. But when I was growing up, my mom was like really not that kind of person. And I was a really like affectionate and touchy feely and really sensitive ass child. And my mom was kind of stoic and she wasn't really emotional. She was really reserved. And so to have that kind of child, it was probably overwhelming for her, but she would always be like, you know, like, sit down, get off me, or like, why are you crying? Like, and so, and we never, that I can remember, my parents never said that I loved you a lot. And so as an adult, what I do in my romantic and platonic relationships, I say, I love you to you guys a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm super affectionate to you all. And a lot of that is a direct result from the things that I needed as a child that my mom at the time wasn't really emotionally able to give or wanted to give. So that for sure, I think, is a direct correlation. And again, the same with you with the validation.
For sure. And I'm glad I expanded it to not just relationships, because it can also show up in your friendships. Those are really your primary relationships. Like romantic relationships kind of come and go, but your primary source of like validation, encouragement, affirmation is usually friendships. At least in my experience, I can't speak for everybody, but in my experience,
that's accurate.
It's your friendships, even when you're in romantic relationships, and you come back to those like familial feeling friendships, you know. So I could definitely see that.
When you like mentioned physical touch, like I would say that's something that I like value in relationships and friendships sometimes, because just give me a hug. But yeah, like Amira said, my parents were not like touchy-feely growing up. We're not like sharing their feelings, not doing none of that shit. So it's nice to hear that from like your friends and your partners, like, and affirming you and like being like, bitch, you're doing a good job. Because I was always expected to do a good job as a child. Like that, failure wasn't an option. So I never really heard like, you're doing a good job. Like that was just expected. So yeah, I think that's super important with friends and with partners. Like, and then the touch, because I'd be trying to hug my mom all the time, and like now she's like, she'll hug me back, but them niggas was not, you know, like I think also too, like our parents were the generation of like, a child is crying, like put them down, it's bad for them. Like, no, you're actually supposed to pick that baby up. Like,
okay, literally.
It's the only way that the child can communicate.
Right.
And they're screaming and they're telling you that they need you.
To that point, Reesh, when we're younger, we couldn't communicate how important something was to us. You know, like,
yeah, that too.
I can say, hey mom, my love language is touch, and then when you don't touch me, I don't feel love. I'm fucking 5, you know?
Yeah.
So it's hard to communicate that now as adults. It's like, girl, if you don't give me a hug, I'm about to have a fit, you know? Or
okay, I sit right in my mama lap. I'll be like, and go.
Yeah,
love being babied.
That's probably how mine shows up. It's like, I'm similar to you and Amira Marina, where I got a lot of praise and adulation, and like all of my, this wasn't deliberate, but like by rewarding those things and complimenting me on those things, my family like tied my worth up in that stuff. Yeah. And never really like said, oh, you're funny or you're sweet or kind or anything, like, you know. Nothing like that. And so that's what I need in my relationships and friendships is people to give me space to be my full self. Yeah, my mom was super, you know, affectionate though, fortunately, because I don't know, I might be a serial killer without that. I don't know, man. If I didn't get that, very much like I love yous and cuddles and stuff like that. We always did all that stuff. So even when I didn't want to.
I heard that. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been thinking this whole time, y'all.
So, okay, let me ask you like this, Taylor. Anything that you feel like that you need from your partner now? It's the same question, but maybe me saying it over is gonna help.
Yeah, maybe.
You need from your partner now, or feel like you need from your partner that was like, damn, I didn't get that when I was younger, or my mom and dad didn't really. For example, so I guess I'm basing this mostly off of love languages. So there's touch, there's words of affirmation, there's I'm having a brain fart. Quality time. Jesus. Acts of service, and there's always gifts. You know what I'm saying? So Like
donations.
If you wanted donations. If you wanted gifts as a kid, but you didn't really get them because gifts made you feel loved, is that something that like you communicate you really need in your relationship right now? And if not, that's okay. But if you haven't like examined that connection, that's okay too.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know what this falls under. Maybe words of affirmation, but or like being seen. I don't know. Like I have this problem with like if I say something and I'm not heard, then like I kind of get upset about that. Like now, like hey, but not realizing like a response sometimes isn't even needed for what I'm saying. You know, I'm looking for acknowledgement that I'm here and I'm present and I'm a person speaking. So when I don't get that, then it's like I'm being ignored. I'm invisible when sometimes it doesn't grant a response. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that falls under, but yeah, just I guess feeling ignored as a kid and like verbally like, hey, I'm talking.
No,
literally
saying that
like I'm talking. Like
no, that's yes. Are you about to say the same thing that I'm about to say, Court? Probably.
No,
We're all the same person.
Well, we are all the same person. But I was going to say that actually falls under quality time because it consists of undivided attention. And like another thing with quality time is like, you know, like being in somebody's presence, like being off their phone, being present, like acknowledging what you're saying. You know, so that actually falls under quality time. And when we redid the 5, because you know they say you should do them together, not just once, like throughout the seasons of your life. So I redid it, and I think quality time and acts of service were the two.
Me too.
That kind of were like at the tie. So that makes a lot of sense. I never thought that was a quality time issue. But yeah, it was just being like, I don't want to be ignored because there have been moments as a kid where I was ignored because of this, oh, she got it, or, you know, or, you know, Tasia, you know, she's handling it. She good, right? Just how I move around. So when I'm going through it, and it's kind of hard to tell people I'm going through it, like actually, y'all.
Yeah.
Not to be the joke or just being dramatic.
A meme.
I was about to say, like, this low-key makes my mom sounds like a Soviet Union marshal or some shit. But like, honestly, my mom used to like, I would speak to her and sometimes my mom would like deliberately ignore me. And like, when I look back on it, I think that she was like just trying to breed like, or like enforce like hyper, like independence. Because I can see my mom sometimes does that to my brother and sister. Like they'll ask her for help and she will like acknowledge that she heard you. Like she'll look at you like she know that she heard you, but then she will like continue to do what she's doing. And like we have to tell her about herself now. I'd be like, Mom, don't do that. But like she used to do that to me, and I was the only child for a long time before my brother and sister came along. So like that's why I'd be like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Like all the time. Or like like you, Tasia, when I feel like I'm not being heard, I'm about to catch an attitude immediately because that triggers me. Like my old mama was really, y'all, she's really the best. But like,
that's not even getting into outright being told that your feelings and emotions and the things that you are dealing with
don't matter,
invalid and don't matter, and are disrespectful.
Okay, let's not even get there. But yeah, so I understand what you're saying, Tasia, because this should be stemming from childhood.
And do.
Wow, that was a deep ass cloud thought.
Isn't it always?
It is.
True cloud thoughts.
You know, one of my favorite segments.
In the zone.
One of my favorite segment. Listen, because I think I just sometimes I don't have the best thoughts when I'm there. I will be honest about that, and which is why I also control what I do and what I ingest. But sometimes I'm just like, wow, like I know why I'm asking this person for this thing, and it's because I didn't feel that when I was younger. I didn't get that when I was younger. As a lot of y'all were also hinting to, it's like that was this piece that I was missing, and it also makes me think sometimes. I'm not gonna go down this tangent anymore, but it also makes me think sometimes like, were the things I dealt with traumatic, or did I just normalize them? Like, maybe they were traumatic, but I normalized
But
them.
I
So I think that it's just a thing. You know?
I was going to say not to get too deep into it either and get on a tangent, but I just think that like there are things that I feel like are universally traumatic, and then I think there are things that if it's traumatic to you, then it's traumatic to you.
Right.
Like, and that was something that I had to learn in therapy. Like, you know, when they ask you those questions, like, have you had any type of sexual trauma, or have you had any type of blank trauma, whatever the word is? And I realized that I kept saying like no to all the trauma questions, but then I would tell her things and she would be like, is that traumatic to you? Because that sounds, and I'll be like,
I mean,
yeah, well, you might be right.
Like that, I guess.
Well, when you say it that way,
when you say it like that, it does seem traumatic.
When you pick that pen up and write in that notebook.
Yeah, when you repeated the story back to me, I didn't like what I heard. It sounded traumatic.
That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. You got to think about too. You know, we were little people with developing brains.
Yeah.
You know, that weren't supposed to be being treated as fully formed adults who can understand that
at
your
6.
mom was trying to just trying to breathe. That was not your job
trying to figure it the fuck
at
out.
6 years old.
Yeah.
And they are figuring it out too. So I always say that, like, this isn't like my parents fucked me up kind of
this
conversation.
isn't one of those things.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
Because we all love our parents here.
Yeah, it's just a conversation about like they did their best, and I'm grateful for that they did that. They tried their best, but there's also some pieces that were missed, and this is how it's affecting me now as an adult. That's it.
Pariana.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna continue on the show, y'all, to know our favorite "What Is My Life" moment. It could probably be as deep as our cloud thoughts, but there will be a few more jokes because niggas are funny. So
we are.
So come on, Reesh. What is this week's topic?
Well, this week we're gonna get into yeah, like Marina said, I'm scared. So the topic and what is inspiring our conversation is: do you know good men, or do you know men with good qualities? So to start, I'm going to pose the question of what is a good man.
Well, let me say,
okay,
because this is the part I want to talk about. I don't want to get too deep into the pieces of shit that some of them are, but I think that and because I thought of this mostly in the perspective of a relationship, but also as a friendship, and I believe that I have people that embody these things. Let me just start it off. So I think one of the things that's most important is, number one, self-awareness and self-reflection. True self-awareness and true self-reflection, because you can convince yourself that anything is true, right? But I think having that self-awareness and self-reflection is an important part. Somebody who surrounds themselves with people who push them to be better. Somebody with their own goals. And I'm not going to take it all. So I'm going to just also add like somebody who... Can you hear that? Anyway, somebody who... they're also very like thoughtful in how they carry themselves, how they have conversations with people, and the kind of relationships they create, and the decisions they make for their life. So they're very thoughtful. Those are the 4 things I'm going to add for now. I can keep going, but I'm not going to take it all.
Anyone else? Good qualities for 500, Alex?
I would say like respectful to their parents. Like respect's a big thing for me, right? Like you respect your parents, especially your mom if you're talking about men. Like when we go out, are you attacking the server, or are you going to say thank you
and tip?
And well, yeah, and tip, I guess 20%.
At least.
Like Marina said, I think introspection is a huge one for me. Like self-work, I think everybody should be in therapy. So how are you bettering yourself? Because how do you know, like, what do you have to work on if you don't go to therapy for them to tell you what you need to work on? That's all I got for now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say honesty. You know, the men in my life that I trust and Wow. We are really doing it today. The men in my life that I trust and that I value them and their opinions.
How many are those?
I could count them on one hand, baby. But we're not at that part of the segment yet. This is the positive. They're just honest, honest about who they are and what they want, not putting on airs for anybody, but especially other niggas. That makes me sick.
For sure.
Are you going
honesty is like up here. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah. What y'all said was really spot on. Like just this always evolving, always just trying to better themselves. It's kind of like taking care of themselves so they can take care of us, right? And vice versa for the next partner. So, and how they treat other people, that's a big one too.
But
responsible.
I have a question. All of these qualities you all named, to my point, are things that you probably would think just good people in general have. So why is it important to make the distinction that this is what I look for, this is what I deem a good man to be, or like these are good qualities for a man to have? Like, is this not just a people thing? Because I would want people in general to be honest with me or to be
Is respectful. It just a people thing?
I think it's a people thing, but I think it's easier for you to see like men not doing these things than it is for you to see women not doing these things. It's more common, rather.
I'm also, I guess I'm answering this in terms of a partner, and I'm not dating people, I'm dating men. So, because I do have good people. Me will fulfill most of the things that we put on this list already. You know what I'm saying? I do have good people, but I think when it comes to relationships, I'm looking for good men, and that pool is small.
So we're just in terms of relationships.
Because that's what I'm saying.
I don't even want to stop it there, because I would say that you would be hard pressed to find good men in general. Period. And I'll stand on that island by myself if I need to, but
no, it's pretty much in general.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say
if you're talking about dating, like in dating men and women, like you see this more in women than you do men.
Yeah, and dating maybe, but even when I just think about like good people that I have in my life, right? The amount of them that are men is slim.
Less.
I would say about good men that I know and can trust and like are probably just as close to me as you all are. Again, I can count them on one hand, and one of them is my daddy, and he's problematic. Wait. It's like,
I was just about to ask, is your dad on the list? Is your dad a good man, or is he a man with good qualities?
No, I think my dad used to be a man with good qualities, and I think he is now just a good person.
What's the difference?
So
for you, because you asked about differentiating, what's the difference?
Yeah, I think before I could just feel like I didn't feel like my dad was a good person. And part of that was like kind of just the nature of our relationship. It was pretty tumultuous at first. But the more that we kind of worked on our own selves and our own stuff and like started having these deeper conversations with each other, I was able to see him more clearly, but also at the same time accept him where he was at, and then continue to love him as he grows. And he was able to do the same for me. And in gaining that deeper understanding and like having these conversations and doing the apologizing and doing the work, I'm like, okay, no, I think my dad is actually a good person, and he just had a few mishaps. And I think what makes him a good person to me is that he's always willing to figure it out and to start again, or to apologize, or figure out how to make it right, or figure out how to make it work for all of us. And so for me, that makes him a good person, as opposed to like, I mean, yeah, he provides, or yeah, he does X, Y, and Z. Like those are good things, but I didn't consider him to be a good person for a long time. So that's why he's included on the list now.
I have questions.
But it's really sad that the list for men is small.
It's small.
Because I guess I'm also not understanding the question fully, because you can't just separate his gender. Like, am I a good person or a good woman? I'm a woman. So what is it about now? If you're asking, is there a difference between a good father and a good person? Yeah. Is there a difference between a good partner and a good person?
No,
Sure.
I think
a good friend and a good person.
The question is more like just taking a look at society, right? And we as women identified individuals have a place in this society, and men also have a place in this society. I hate operating in these binaries, but it is what it is. Mm. And in their community, the male community, we know that there's a lot of issues that they have. They have, issues with violence, issues with rape and sexual assault, which is also violence. You have misogyny and, buying into those ideas. So my question is more, do we actually know good men if we hold them to the same standards that women are held to all the time, especially Black women?
Then I would say maybe like 3, 2, 3.
I still say yes. The list is still small.
It's still the same list of people, but
it's still the same list.
That's my question.
I'm still not seeing. I'm not seeing the distinction. Maybe my brain is.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. I was like,
not.
Is this a good person, whether they're men or women or not? But then when you put it that way, Reach, as far as the binaries.
Yeah, I mean, just disregard women just for right now. Like we could open up the conversation to, do you know good people or do you know people with good qualities? Yeah, we could do that. But we're just talking about men, I think, in a very heteronormative perspective. Like, yeah, like Reach was saying, from society, like, because Marina, you saying all the men you know are good?
No, not all of them. No,
because I was like, scratch the record.
So like, that's
some of y'all thought y'all snuck past.
No.
So where's the disconnect? Because we're just talking about men. If you want to add the women that that we could do that too.
No.
Where's the disconnect for you?
Because
so you don't know good men.
No, because I don't understand the difference between good men and good people if we're just talking about men. We're not talking about women. You know what I'm saying? So if we're just talking about men,
I think
how can he be a good man and not a good person, or be a good person and not a good man?
Yes, that's what I was asking.
Yes.
How can he be that? If we're just talking about men, how can he be that? Now, what I'm saying is, what I could see is you saying, can he be a good father and not a good partner? Yes. Can he be a good partner and not a good friend? Yes. Can he be a good fucking career person and a terrible husband? Absolutely. Those distinctions I can see, but not necessarily. You can't. If somebody
so that's what I was asking.
You don't separate his gender from who he is.
Yes.
He exists in this world as a man, so you can't just pluck that out. You can't pluck Black out of me. You can't pluck woman out of me. All those identities.
So that's what I'm asking. That's what I was asking. Like, what is the distinction? Like, if he is a good person, then why am I trying to make the distinction as like whether he's a good man or not? He's a good person who happens to be a man.
Is there something specific? And I think there's also a piece of this that we can't speak to, because maybe there's something specific about being a man. Like, okay, I'm a good person, but what makes me a good man? Like, maybe there's something specific we're missing
that we can't
speak to. We're not the experts on that. I don't live my life as a man, but of course I can have my speculations on what's important to being a man, which of course is probably slightly
but it's arbitrary, because then it's like a lot of those qualities that they may come up with, and this is again assumptions, are based on patriarchy. So it's like, for example, like the providing, like, well, women provide too. So like, doesn't that just make you a good person?
Okay, so then this is what I would ask: are the men in your life good people?
Most of them.
The men that I keep close, yeah. The other ones that I just happen to know, no. Which is why I don't talk to them.
I don't know why that actually triggered a real question in my head. Like, it really made me think. I think so. A handful of them, like a whole handful, I can say absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Are they perfect? Hell no. Absolutely not.
But people,
but nobody's perfect.
Right. Are they always the best person they can be? No, they're human. But I think that they are striving to be good people because of some of the qualities that I listed earlier about them being accountable, responsible, self-aware, reflective. Like, those are things that are important to me as a person, man, cat, rock, whatever the case may be. Like, because they are those things, I would say yes. There are also men in my life that are not that. They don't really reflect on themselves. They don't really hold themselves accountable. They don't really practice grace or forgiveness or healing or none of those things, but they're in my life, and it's not my job to tell them to do that stuff. I can remind them or suggest it, but it's not my job to tell them to do that work. So I don't know that it makes them bad people, but they're
aren't the best people.
Right. They're there.
I would say I just realized that this made me feel really judgy, actually, because
absolutely.
When
why
I
you think I said I ain't want to do this?
When I thought about the men in my life who like I don't talk to, but are like just, in my life, and that I don't consider to necessarily be good people, I'm like, damn, even though these are qualities that I think are important to have in just good people, like I'm judging them really hard. Like, and a lot of these men are family members, to be honest. And I just seriously, Sean, I want to throw rocks. Like, I don't think you to be a good person. And it's like, well, damn, like who the fuck am I to be like, you're not a good person? I guess like I'm not the judge of who is good people or not. I just feel like it's sad to me.
I think it's a good time. I think that makes this a great conversation, because it's like, then you might be able to change your opinion by the end.
There's one thing that just popped up. Another characteristic, quality, or whatever, that I feel women have more than men do. And it takes men, if they don't have it, they really have to work towards to understand and get it, is being emotionally intelligent. You know what I mean? Like being able to just observe and respond in a way that is just emotionally available and there. Even if it doesn't click.
Let her finish this.
Even if it doesn't even if their first response is not that. And I'm talking about, and for like with my relationship, with my partner, it's just this person has really kind of like has to step aside or know how to, I guess, communicate when I need whatever I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
you make sense.
Yeah. Just being able to communicate back in a way that is just emotionally available. And I feel that some men like really will disregard women in that sense. Or call it as a weakness. You know what I mean?
Say you're sensitive or emotional.
Yeah, exactly. And like we said, I am sensitive. And what about it?
Yes. I wish you were more sensitive.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be such a dickhead.
Like tap it into your feminine energy. Right. So a man who are able to kind of tap into both of them, like, you on the gold mine right there. And a lot of them don't. Or refuse not to because of the system, right?
Right. The ones I say that are good also have that. Like when I say thoughtful, and I know you want to say something to Amir, but maybe your gears are turned again. But the ones that are thoughtful, like if I bring something to you as a concern, your response isn't, why the fuck is it a big deal? You know what I'm saying? It's let me inquire more, or let me
Poncho.
I'm gonna put on a reduced background noise filter because also I'm starting to go fund me, y'all, for my son. He has a collapsing trachea, so if you want to donate, don't send to GoFundMe. Send it to my cash app, so I can get the X-rays and the
Poncho is a good man.
Poncho is a good man. He's over here fighting for his life. Okay,
he is
help my son. But when I say one of the first things I think of when I say that, when I think of the men in my life that are good men, is that they do turn that on. They do know that they're dealing with a woman who maybe needs you to, not trying to sugarcoat it, but needs you to word this thoughtfully, carefully, and there's a word I'm looking for, but like package it well. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like
tact.
I'm gonna be use some tact in how you deliver it. I'm not just gonna be, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna be straightforward, but I'm not gonna be brutal about it. And I think that in the man sense, there's a glorification of that brutality sometimes. Like, well, you sensitive. No, you're being fucking mean. You're being very fucking mean. You know what I'm saying? There's a different way you could deliver that. So the good men I think of are very thoughtful in how they deliver those things and do tap into that emotional intelligence piece. They do tap into more of that quote unquote feminine energy. I do agree with you, Narisha. This is a very heteronormative conversation, but
yeah, I also think I look at it differently because I do not center men in my life in any capacity.
Also that.
So maybe that's why I feel the way that I feel. But I think that as women, and this is again me speaking generally, because of course some of you bitches are weird. But for the most part, like I feel like there are things that, for example, right? I could go to a bathroom and bumfuck anywhere. If I need a tampon, somebody in the bathroom is going to give me a tampon.
Likely, hell yeah.
I can count on that, right? Like as just, it doesn't matter if I'm in a foreign country or anything like that. If I see somebody who I can assume is a woman and I ask for a tampon and they have it, I'm probably going to get it. I don't know if I feel like men understand that level of like community or connection when it's not bonding on hating femininity or being anti-woman or, you know, slut shaming or whatever.
I think the one example I can think of is through sports. Like that, I think that's one thing that really brings them together, and that's not necessary. There can be, right, the gaming too. There can be, especially in gaming, there can be parts where it is we hate bitches, but I think in places like sports we see the potential for that community. But I think it's also like I feel like they segment it. You know what I'm saying? It's not
but I think you could be very homophobic in sports too, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you'll get that like, oh, this player is gay, and now it's like, okay, well, he's looking at me in the locker room weird because he's gay. Nigga, that
or you out there playing like a girl. You know, I mean,
right. Okay.
Even in that,
maybe
the bond, the connection in
it's surface level
again. And I could be wrong about this. If I am wrong, I would love for people to respond to us, comment on our posts, and show me the proof of where I'm wrong and you and being in society and saying that that's not what y'all do. But I also have been, you know, cool with a lot of dudes, and men let a lot of things slip when they don't want to fuck you.
Talk about it.
So I know how, like, you know, how y'all talk. I'm asking for the standard to be higher because women deserve more.
The bar's in hell.
Raise the bar.
Amira, you've been quiet. I want to hear what you were trying to say. Oh, not that look. Okay.
Got this head shape.
So part of what I'm saying, take with a grain of salt, because this is just the kind of household I was raised in. So like, this is my perspective, but it's like Reese said, I want the standard to be higher, but like, I don't want it to be higher. I expect it to be higher. So like when I encounter men and they don't, and granted, everybody has their own limitations, whether men or women, but like when I encounter men, I see them a lot of times in the same lens, or I have the same heart for them that I have for women. So I'm expecting you to be emotionally intelligent. I'm expecting you to be respectful or loyal or honest or whatever. And when you are not, I'd be like, ugh. And I just move around. So like, I guess part of me is disappointed by the discussion because it points to a larger issue that we have as a community of like people, of like not expecting the standard from men, but also for men in their own community of not expecting this more from each other. Because it's like, why do I expect you as a man not to be emotionally intelligent? Because every man I meet, I'm expecting that. And when you're not, I'll be like, what the fuck is the problem?
Patriarchy, sis.
We got to do better though. Like you said.
Because all the men that I know, like even when you said about being sensitive, now again, I could be an anomaly, but all the men that I know, even the men that I don't consider to be good people, all of these niggas are emotional as hell. And some of them are highly emotionally intelligent, and it is a choice that they've made not to be. So it's not that you don't have the capacity to do this one example, is that you don't want to. And that is what makes you not a good person. You just don't want to participate. And that's not going to work for me.
This is where I disagree. Because I think and I've said this a lot of times, there's like this false belief that if you know better, you do better. And I think that doesn't account for the several thousand other systems that are at play.
No, sis, that's not even what I'm saying.
Can't use your
it's not even that you know better. Yes, that's what I'm trying to hint at, right? Because it's like a lot of times, Black men in particular, I know this is not every man's narrative, and I know this isn't every Black man's narrative, but a lot of time we do this, especially in the Black community, or Black men will be like, I've had it X, Y, and Z. And I'll be like, well, as a Black woman, I've experienced that same thing. And yet here I am, an emotionally intelligent being.
You can't. I just hate when people use.
You were told when you fell down, they told you to stop crying. When I fell down, she told me to shut up and stop crying too.
I was ugly.
Okay.
Ooh, baby.
So I'm just sitting here like, so you have the right to be violent and upset or get an excuse or pass to not be, just because we're using this example, not to be emotionally intelligent, but I don't get that same privilege or excuse. So I'm just not understanding. I'm not.
So
it's not
to have outbreaks too.
This point to
I want to start cussing bitches out too.
The difference, and this is, I know it's one of the points that we had on here too about, and the question that I asked before we started was, is this a macro issue or a micro issue? And I think that there's macro things. There's a lot of macro things at play. Not to say that they're excuses, but they are reasons for why I believe men can show up in the way that they do, you know.
Yes, and I want to say this because I'm not trying to assert that it's easy to buck your conditioning. You know, we were all conditioned, right, you know, in this society
on a micro and a macro level.
Exactly, 100%. But at some point at your big age, you should at least, I think, have the self-awareness, like we talked about earlier, to be able to say, oh, this is the part that I play in this, or this is the part that the men in my life play in this, and my bros or whatever.
Yes, and I'm not saying
and then want it to be better. I don't see that part.
But that, yes, the community part. Because if you know, you grow around the people that you associate yourself around, right? You learn from them, you move like them. So if the people around you, right, it's not just you. Like, we need people, as Ari would say. So as you grow and whatever, and if people around you not doing the same, or they're telling you, influencing you to do or talk or speak or think the way they think in order to feel inclusive, right? You just get stuck. And I think that's the biggest, that's the majority of what we're saying is the male population.
I just think it's a lack of accountability. It's a lack of accountability for yourself, but also a lack of accountability for the people you're in community with. And that is, and again, correct us if we're wrong or feel free to comment, but like, that is what I feel like is the biggest issue for me, is what I'm seeing of like the lack in good men as good people, is like they lack accountability amongst themselves and then lack accountability with the people that they're in community with. And that is what the problem is. I think, as at least with this group of women, I'll say, again, can't speak for all women because some of you bitches are weird. I think that we do, because of the emotional intelligence, since we're using that example, we are more likely to be a little more self-aware. But then on top of that, we a lot of times run into women, even if it's women that we don't know, who are holding us accountable. Because how many times, especially as a Black woman, that you will go somewhere and an older woman will tap you right on that shoulder. Yeah, I don't even know you, lady, but she's trying to hold you accountable to whatever standard that is, whether it's a standard that's universal or just her own thing. So it's like, how is it, even if you don't have the sense of community, the being held accountable within a community, you don't want to hold your own self accountable? Like you don't want to do better?
Oh,
I think, okay.
So do better is subjective though, isn't it?
Also that.
Because you could be
or do different.
And y'all could, but what different as in how? Like, you could be in a group and doing better is getting more money. You feel me? Like you and your homies, y'all in the group, and buddy glowed up. Me like, yeah, my buddy, he glowing up. He's doing better. Like
but I feel like
evolved.
I think a great example is like when we talk about sexual assault between your homies. Like y'all not checking y'all niggas who are out here doing that shit, who are sexually assaulting people, and I mean all encompassing, right? Because unwanted touch is sexual assault. I'm not saying you're just like, y'all are not checking y'all homies.
Yeah.
And that's where the accountability lacks. And I mean, women sexually assault too. So I would, I expect the same thing from the bitches too. Like, but y'all are not doing that. And I know we have examples of that at Marquette.
Oh, not you name drop.
And here's the thing, because I don't want to, like, even though I joked, I really don't want this to turn into like an anti-man situation.
Okay,
but
we love niggas.
At a certain
Not my man. I'm just joking.
Okay, not my man, honey.
Me either.
At a certain point, we do have to figure out, because this is a societal problem, you know, but it's not on us to figure out why men don't, that you think that it's cool to still be cool with somebody that's doing harmful things to other people, violent things to other people. You can excuse that and look past that because
men are famous for saying separating the man from the
message.
Man, they just trying to
or separate his actions from who he is as a person. No, his actions are a direct result of who he is as a person.
I was gonna say to Amira, because I heard you say, like, at some point you need to have, like, and I'm a misquote.
You don't have a reckoning within yourself.
Right. I heard you say that, like, you have to do that within yourself. But I think that, and this is,
stand up.
I'm not speaking for everybody, of course. I just feel like I always have to put that caveat there, because people be like, well, you said, no, I didn't. I'm not speaking for everybody, but women's, what is the word? Incentive. Women's incentive to do that introspection often is for relationships.
Woo! It's time to cut the podcast off.
No,
don't have to do that. Like, men can literally be bottom of the barrel and get away with being bottom of the barrel as long as they don't, like, nothing too crazy. And even when they do shit crazy, they get away with it. Women, it's like, oh, I have to be more emotional, more supportive, more this, more that.
Boo, tomato can.
I need to be this person. Baby. I need to be this person to my man in a relationship, or he's looking for me to be this kind of woman. Like,
my man.
Okay, fuck that nigga.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's not always a catalyst, is what I'm saying. Like, what catalyst do men have to?
You should be your own catalyst.
Other than, oh, I had a daughter and now I understand.
Okay, I was going to get into that, because men needing proximity to femininity to justify feminine individuals deserving respect is crazy to me.
They still be not shit with their daughters. Because you trashed your baby moms.
This is full circle, because it goes back to just being a good person. At the end
these
of the
niggas
day.
aren't good people, is what we're saying. No, I'm just playing.
Oh no,
some of them are.
Just kidding.
Some of them are. 5%. Some of them are really trying to be. They're really trying 5%. To be, and they're really working.
Trying it is really put this narrative. I mean, to women too.
This is also like, you gotta think about generations, bro. Like 2 generations ago, granddaddy was whooping grandma ass and having her cook in the kitchen and handle the chores all the time. And she ran the house, basically. He went to work.
But also a generation before that, they were both out in the field getting their ass whooped. So what is the point?
What I'm saying is
that we're nicer because we got our ass whooped more?
No,
or what?
Bitch, no. What I'm saying is the dynamics are taking time to change, or taking time
not
to
an
change.
Excuse.
We won't
They're not changing fast enough for me.
We won't see it.
The Gen Z.
I mean, actually, some of y'all are seeing it, because some of y'all men is like this.
Yeah, my y'all
good man.
Y'all partners are like
got
this.
Good man.
Okay. So I'm just saying it's taking time. It's taking time. I don't want to be the person that's like, oh, you capping for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I didn't want to do no man bashing episode.
Yeah, I'm not interested in bashing nails, but I'm interested in bashing nails.
They get a whole lot.
I'm interested in honesty.
We're not bashing.
But
I'm interested in honesty only.
Yeah, I'm interested in telling the truth.
We need a male on this next time.
No, because y'all.
We didn't even get spicy enough. I didn't even say what I really wanted to say to y'all.
I don't care what he has to say.
Oh boy,
y'all, you've said enough.
All right.
Okay, really what this episode is about is Rich really wanted to talk about do men deserve.
You're done.
Not me finna get kicked off the podcast.
You're done.
No, I'm not. I will say this, and I will leave you guys with this thought. Okay. I truly do know some amazing individuals who unfortunately identify as male. And
You were supposed to be serious.
I am being serious.
She is.
I do. I much love to you guys. I would trust you with almost my life, but it's 85%. Tough for me to think, okay, if I put you in the green room on Maury with 10 of your closest friends, what would I see? Or what would I hear? What would you be okay with by omission or by actively participating in?
That part.
That's what I will leave you guys with, to take with you, to take back to your partners and to these good men to say, would you be proud of if your group chat got leaked in the way?
Not group chat shit.
Oh, okay. I mean, I might be a little embarrassed, but I haven't said anything anti. What I will say is this. I haven't said anything misandrist in any text messages because I really do feel like,
come on, Miss Sandy.
If men save themselves, that they can be okay. I'm just not going to concern myself with their problems.
And the problem is, because again, this is a kind of a hetero conversation, is that the problem for some of us is that we cannot divest from men. So we inherit some of those problems.
Free me.
Yeah,
Let me tell you
I refuse though. I was best of luck to those implicated in those crimes.
Free me.
Listen.
Okay, we might as well just wrap with a final word, because hopefully nobody just skips to the middle of the episode and hears one little clip and it's like, oh my God, I'm never listening to him again. But if y'all do, that's on you. I really don't care. But my final word is really just that, men, I love y'all and I want y'all to do better. I love y'all and I want y'all to do better. I'm gonna say it one more time. I love y'all. And I want y'all to do better.
And we want you to do better.
I really love y'all, especially black men. That's who I'm that's all I'm talking to.
No, I would definitely second, third, fourth, and fifth that. Like, a lot of this criticism or like the passion and fervor in which we speak is not because we hate you all or we want to get rid of you or exterminate you. It really is because we love you and we want the best for you. And we feel like your contribution is important to society, so maybe you can contribute like more or better or different.
There's a lot said there that I don't know if I agree with personally, but I'm okay with that being the podcast's position.
Yeah,
that's her position on the podcast.
That's my position on the podcast, but my position could change next week
because Amira's position a year ago.
My position a year ago was get rid of these niggas, exterminate them, and we don't need them. We have science.
Science.
A year ago, she said abolish niggas. Today,
I was like defund and demolish niggas. I wanted to defund them.
Demolish niggas was her position a year ago.
Yeah, and now I'm like, we just love you and want you to do better. But also, you guys are trash, but not my man. It's now my stance today. I'm evolving. So next week, you never know. There is hope for you. Yeah, is all I'm saying.
I'm going to leave the podcast with.
Go ahead. Try your best.
Yeah.
Try your damn best.
We want to hear it.
I want men to raise the bar for themselves. Get it out of hell. Please bring it to earth. And go to therapy. And yeah, I don't hate men.
It would be easier if y'all would see women as people. Start there.
We can get into that another time. Let's just affirm the people and some of you who happen to be.
Not everybody went.
You're so ready to get.
I'm so sorry.
Why are you forgetting about Tasia? She just said
I just said that. I'll be triggered. I'm just joking.
Okay.
All I gotta say is not my man.
You see him on the back.
Not my man.
And not the men that are in relationships with my sisters. I hope not. But yes,
not your brother.
Y'all cool too.
We are.
I wasn't including y'all, but y'all cool.
Yeah. Jirani cool.
Yeah, we love Jirani. A young king.
Learning and growing.
Yeah.
Just keep growing. Honestly, do the work internally. Just keep growing. Evolve yourself, your mind, your heart, body, and soul. Make sure you're drinking water, please. Also that your gut health. Because let's start with that. That's why y'all always sick of this.
That's why your minds are mashed the fuck
It's
up.
coming from up out of your stomach chakra.
It's coming from that undercarriage.
It's the Hennessy.
I was gonna say something else about the water, but never mind.
It's the Hennessy.
How you taste?
That's all I gotta say.
Oop.
Are we ready to affirm people or what?
Yep. Take us on out.
Wow. All right, y'all.
I had to
So
click
as per
again.
usual, affirmations are here to snatch your edges. So be prepared. Please hold on to your edges as we're going through some slight turbulence before we land. Today's affirmation is a wise man knows that he knows nothing at all. Be open to learning from everyone and everything. This is the way of learning through softness. Release the desire to learn through pain and devastation.
Wow.
It's okay to choose ease and know that an abundance of knowledge is available to you. Okay.
Weird.
Damn, these cards be on point.
The card
Ashay,
said
is
y'all
that
was
what it is?
talking a lot of
Speaking
shit.
of y'all,
Okay, it said y'all was talking mad shit. Reel it in.
So we love y'all. We affirm y'all. Thank you for listening to another week of shenanigans and slow key. Some gems be dropping. We can't wait to talk to y'all next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all of that jazz. You already know What Is My Life is the podcast. All right. Peace out.
bye y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Love you.
Love you.
Thank
Stop the
you for
recording.
listening to this week's What Is My Life podcast. You can listen to us bi-weekly on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. Follow us on Instagram at whatismylifepod or email us at wiml.thepodcast@gmail.com.